The Mel Carmine Show begins in just 1 minute. Support the movement. Visit QFS1776.com for exclusive one-of-a-kind merch that makes a powerful statement. Protect your wealth. Cash is trash. Go to carminesgold.com and secure real assets, silver, gold, delivered anywhere in the U.S. Text Mel at 786-704-8817. Looking to acquire XRP? Minimum is $10,000 investment, and there is no limit, even up to $100 million worth. Again, text Mel with full details at 786-704-8817 and allow up to 24 hours for a response. And if by chance you're visiting Cape Canaveral or you are a local, visit stayingalive.com, alive with 2 E's, and recharge your body at the cellular level. The show with your host, Mel Carmine, starts right now. My name is Mel Carmine, and I had to make a comment on this Andrew Tate video. Hopefully it goes viral and it gets to him because it needs to.
But a lot of you have some things wrong about the little video you've seen. And I thought I'd explain to you life at the top. Because none of you are at the top. You're sitting there going, I'm not poor. I have a house. My house is worth $600,000. And I have $300,000 in a IRA. You're all poor. You're broke. I have hundreds of millions of dollars liquid. Hundreds of millions of dollars. And although I'm not as rich as Bezos, him and I live a similar experience. After 200 or 300 million, the world's the same. The only point in money after that is to buy power. But him and I understand how the world works on a level you don't. You have a few $100,000 saved up, maybe a couple mil. That's broke. That's a week's wages. 2 million is nothing. That's a week's wages. Let me explain to you how the world works for rich people. Now, you've seen the video and you're like, how pathetic. Why would one of the world's richest men do the same thing that crypto scamming teenagers do on the weekend? And I agree. I understand why you've come to that conclusion. But you're missing the nuance and the details. You're missing the points. First things first. At a certain level of wealth, not only does the world become free, but even more importantly, you're desperate to find ways to spend money. Take it from me. Compared to Bezos, I'm a pauper. I'm a broke man. And even me, with my mega brain, I sit at home all day, every day, desperate to spend money because there is nothing to buy. Gentlemen, please understand, the world really isn't that interesting. I know you think that if you had all this money, you'd buy all this stuff. There's nothing to buy. I have 110 cars. I have 4 Koenigseggs, 5 Paganis, 3 Bugattis. I have all the $6 or $7 million cars. I have diamond watches, 50 diamond watches at $500,000 each. The chains that I'm not wearing now, the chains I wear, each diamond is like 1.9 carat. Each diamond is an engagement ring. I have like 170 of them around my neck. I have properties all around the world, 15 houses. And yes, I can invest money. I can buy crypto. I can put it in the stock market, but that's not spending money. That's investing money. I'm trying to spend money. How many watches can a man buy? How many cars can a man buy? How many clothes can a man have? I have wardrobes full of clothes in 7 different houses around the world, which I've never worn, ever. Brand new, in the packaging. And you know what happens once you make hundreds of millions of dollars? It's actually quite sad, because I'll tell you, you buy a jet, I have a jet, and then you buy a yacht. It's kind of ridiculous that in 2025, soon to be 2026, the amazing year of our Lord, 2026, here we are, and once you have hundreds of millions of dollars, there's nothing to do with your money but buy a boat. It's kind of sad, really, because you know what? I don't want a boat. I don't give a shit about a boat. What am I going to do on a boat? The same thing I do here. Sit around. So why am I spending $75 million on a battleship? Because I have too much money. And when you have too much money, you just buy a yacht. It's not even fun. Then you got to pay all this money to maintain the yacht, but you're just trying to find shit to buy. All rich people end up with a boat. None of us want boats, bro. We're just not broke like you. So imagine being Bezos. He is desperate to spend money. He's desperate to spend it. The world isn't just free to him. Money has no value whatsoever. If you can give him an excuse to spend money, he's gonna take it. including on something as asinine as a bottle show. Do you think he doesn't know it's stupid? Do you think he cares? I spend loads of money on stupid shit all the time. I know it's dumb, but the money has no value whatsoever. Please listen to me. The money has no value. That's the part of the equation you're not understanding when you see that video. Why would he spend money on that? Because the money's worth nothing. Why not? Even more importantly, I would argue that he didn't pay for that bottle show because as well as being rich like Bezos, something you're not, we are also both something none of you are, which is called a celebrity. That restaurant did the bottle show for him to show the restaurant that Jeff Bezos was in their restaurant. Your stupid ass pays for bottle shows and you think people buy them because you're a fucking nobody. When I walk in a restaurant, they give me a free bottle show to show the world that Andrew Tate's in their restaurant. I don't want it. I don't care. I don't pay for it. I just sit down and it's, hey, Andrew Tate, yay. It's called being important. You wouldn't fucking get it. He didn't buy that bottle show. He sat down for lunch and they gave it to him for free because he's Jeff fucking Bezos, dummy. And then you're going to sit and go, well, why does his wife enjoy it? Why would a 56-year-old woman give a fuck about a bottle show? I agree. She should not care at all. But let me tell you something else about being rich. When you have the type of money that Jeff has, or even to a lesser extent the kind of money I have, the world is pretty boring. You've done it all. All the things you dream of, all your dreams and aspirations and your hopes. Maybe one day I'll get a Porsche and I'll stay in a nice hotel and go for nice dinners. Gay. There is no nice dinner I haven't done. There's no nice hotel I haven't stayed in. I've done it all. Everything's boring. You live through other people. The job of the woman next to you is to be excited by the bullshit that you hate. That's why she's there. That's why he likes her. He likes her because he gets to sit there and go, this is boring and crap. And she gets to have a good time and he goes, at least she's having fun. Like Christmas Day for the kids, you know? That's what life is like as a rich man. You have these women around you. All you poor people are like, why are these rich guys always surrounded by these whores? Because these whores smile. So we're just living by a proxy. It's her job to pretend to like it. She knows her job. Keep her man happy. Of course she doesn't care either. Nobody fucking cares. And it was free anyway. And all you poor people are like, oh my God, his life sucks. No, it doesn't. He went for lunch and they sent him some free booze. It's called mattering. It's called being important. That's just how it goes. So I'm gonna have to defend Jeff here because there's gonna be videos you see of me when I go to these establishments and they're giving me a bottle show. And there's gonna be some girl next to me filming it and pretending to give a fuck. This is the social contract. This is how it works. I'm important. I don't care. I'm over it. The girl next to me pretends to care. Via proxy, I live through her. That's how it works. Now, I will say this. It is a disgrace for any billionaire to not have a minimum of 10 children. That's one thing I will say against Jeff. Because my brother and I, with our meager fortune of 300 to 400 million, both have double-digit children. There is nothing better to do with kids than have a bunch of, there's nothing better to do with money than have a bunch of kids. That is the best thing you can do. That's what my brother and I do. We focus on that. The reason most men with money don't do that is because most men, even with money, still are cucked by women. You can't get double-digit kids out of one chick. You need to have it with a bunch of chicks, which means a bunch of chicks are going to complain that you're with a bunch of chicks. Now, most men are such pussy-holes, even with billions, they don't like getting nagged by women. And a woman will nag and say, you can't cheat on me, and they'll give in. My brother and I are too black for that shit. We don't give a fuck what women say. We don't listen to women. We do what we want. You want to be with a billionaire, you want to drive a Bentley and have a nice house, give me a kid. And they all comply. And sometimes they moan, why are you having a kid with her? Because I want to. Because I want a bunch, and you're slow. That's how it works. So should Jeff have some more kids? Probably. Yes. But outside of that, to sit and pretend that bottle shows are his interest is asinine. He literally has a space program. He has one of the largest companies in the world. He's doing amazing things. He just went for fucking lunch. Give the guy a break. This is how it works at the top. This is how it works when you're famous. This is how it works when you're rich. All you poor people hating on him need to focus more on getting hundreds of millions of dollars. Because once you have hundreds of millions of dollars, once you have beautiful women all around you pretending to enjoy the things that you're long bored of, Once you understand that money has no value whatsoever, once the whole world knows who you are, once bottle shows are being thrown at you left and right, and you have 11 children from 11 baby mamas, then you're allowed an opinion on Jeff Bezos. Until then, you're an add-on Twitter account with $200,000 in savings who thinks he understands the world, living a completely different reality to the important people. All of you people with opinions live a completely different reality to the important people. You are fucking nobodies, and you don't even understand what happened in a video you saw with your own eyes.
You know, you see a video like this. You know, I happen to like Andrew Tate. He is the exuberance of extreme confidence. He is the exuberance of male testosterone. He is the exuberance of, yeah, I got there, so what? He's bored, folks. He basically, that video, it could be as extravagant as you could possibly think. It could be as so cocky as you could possibly imagine, except he's fucking bored. He said, all the money in the world ain't gonna buy you happiness. You can have the most beautiful girl in the world, you know, like she walked out of a freaking centerfold, Playboy magazine, whatever, and it doesn't do it for them. He's talking about having, 10, 20 kids. All the billionaires should have 10, 20 kids. I agree with that. At some point, I don't know if Amber will be ready to have 10, 20 kids, but if she is, we'll figure it out. I know she cannot tolerate pain, so he might be looking for a surrogate mom out there. She's not against that, or she's not against potentially adopting a bunch of kids as well. So maybe we'll do a combination of the both. Who knows? But the reality is this. He's basically telling you he's got all the Bugattis, 118 cars, all the toys, all the trimmings. Now he's got to go out and buy a boat. What a problem to have. They're worth, hundreds and hundreds of millions, probably billions of dollars. And he's telling you he's bored. And guess what's going to happen to all you guys when you have all the money in the world and you can do whatever the fuck you want, whenever the fuck you want, as many times as you want? You're going to be bored. And the reason why I'm probably one of the very few people, and I know that if I ever meet Mr. Tate, him and I will have a conversation. And guess what? Andrew Tate is going to agree with Mel Carmine. Not just a little bit, but a lot. The reason why he's bored is because he's a turkey just like all of us. What do I mean by that? Well, he owns 118 extensions of a Model T Ford with 4 fucking rubber tires, and he's got to scrape the earth whether he likes it or not, billions or not, just like the rest of us. Ain't nothing special about him except he's got a car that might go maybe, 100 miles faster than yours, but he's still contained. Don't you realize that everything on planet Earth has to do with something that is right on the rock, on the surface? Yeah, you could book an airline ticket and you could leave for a little bit and you could be at 42,000 feet. But then when you land, because someone else is in fucking control, you're back on the ground again, just like a turkey. Someone else is in control of what you drive. Someone is in control whether you see a flying car. They're giving us all these flying cars now with freaking that look like a drone with a camera on it. Give me a fucking break already with that fucking nonsense. Give me the fucking real fucking technology that you're fucking hiding in Wright-Patterson. Stop with the bullshit already. They're fluffing your balls. They're showing car companies in China. Oh, look, we have cars where they drive by themselves and you can buy one now in China. You can. For $65,000, you can buy a car in China that drives by itself. You can sit in the back seat. It's another option to make you understand that you are a fucking idiot, that you don't get it. They're giving you all these options as part of the show. It's an entertainment situation. It's an entertainment situation. Why? Because the more options they can wow you with, and you're so stupid that you fall for it, you'll never ask the question, where's my flying car? Where is my flying car? Where is the car that does Mach 17 that I can get from Miami to Manila in 17 minutes? Where's that car? None of you have the cojones or the wherewithal. Some of you don't believe Wright-Patterson is even a real deal. Some of you don't believe that this technology, 6,000 patents that even Patrick Bet-David talks about, is even real. And meanwhile, it's real. It's as real as the shit underneath your fucking shoes. Why doesn't Andrew Tate and his brother Christian ask, where the fuck are the flying cars? The real deal. Maybe they don't have enough fucking horsepower upstairs, as intelligent as he thinks he is with that, big ass fat cigar. I don't know if you ever smoked the cigar, but Man, it tastes like shit. One thing that Mel Carmine will not be doing when I do become a billionaire is smoke cigars. That's just a sign of a three-dimensional dude with a small penis. That's all it is. That's just to show, look at me, I've arrived. It's a status symbol in a three-dimensional world. I don't live in a three-dimension. I'm way beyond the fourth dimension. And I would probably say I'm in the fifth dimension based on the way I think and the way I want to see things evolve and I want to see things on this planet Earth, et cetera, et cetera. I'm an extremely advanced human being. And when I see all these billionaires who are bored out of their mind and they think that, oh, having a beautiful girl, to me, there's no more beautiful girl to me than my wife, Amber, okay? She is the most committed, most disciplined, most hardworking, most intelligent person you'll ever meet in your life. She's not as loud as Mel Carmine. Believe me, only one of us in the family is plenty, okay? But I could tell you that these people out there who think they have arrived and now they're coming on public television here called the internet and telling you they're bored, that they have all these chains with diamonds and all this stuff, and it's all meaningless. Stuff is not what's going to make you happy. Getting from point A to point B in 17 minutes, that makes me a little happy. Being in a position where I don't have to go to the airport and take my fucking shoes off and my belt off and then ask for a pat down because you'd be crazy to go through that machine. You would be crazy to go through that cancer machine. And yet you see the sheeple lining up like a bunch of fucking morons because they don't stop for 1 second to see what that machine really does to you. I get a pat down. They squeeze my balls. They, stick their fingers in my ass, whatever. I know I'm being brutal here because I have to, because I got to shake you motherfuckers out of your media-induced fucking comas. And there's really no other way to do it. There's no manual and shit. Fucking Harvard and Yale ain't going to teach you either. The bottom line is all the money in the world ain't going to make you happy. Andrew Tate is about to buy a yacht. Does he look excited? Hell no. He's got a jet. Is he excited? Hell no. He's in a fucking tube with wings that resembles a bird that can barely do 600 miles an hour. It's slow. It's cumbersome. It's antique. It's old technology. We've been flying in jets since the 50s. We're still flying jets 50, 60 years later, 70 years later, and nobody is asking the question, where the fuck are the machines that go Mach 17? I want to know about the machines that Mel Carmine is talking about. No one dares to make any waves. God forbid. You think that Christian Tate is happy? Oh, he's as hysterical as his brother. They're bored. But if they would just put those fucking cigars down and the cognacs, okay? They're attention seekers. Look, I love the attention too. At some point, I will disappear like a fart in the wind and no one will know where I'm at. Or I'll say, you know what? I enjoy this limelight business and I'll keep going. I don't know. I haven't made up my mind yet. But the reality is this rock star business is far more fetched than you could fucking imagine. Let me tell you something. You think these people sleep at night? You don't think they have any stress? You'll be making a huge, huge mistake. They have other kinds of stress that you don't even know until you get there. And a lot of you will. I know he's you got to make your money by, owning a business and running a business and becoming an entrepreneur. Let me tell you something. I've been an entrepreneur all my life and I've made millions and I've spent millions. And I'm about to make millions and trillions all over again. Well, I never made trillions, but let me tell you something. It's really not what you think it's going to be. It's really not. A lot of you may even be disappointed and you'll have to disappear and change your identity and change your name and change all that stuff because there'll be people coming after you when they know that you're worth billions of dollars with their hand out. They'll come from every corner of the world. Oh, my daughter is dying from cancer. Yeah, like the cancer industry cures fucking cancer. Give me a fucking break already. That's why we opened up. Now that's gratifying. That's why we opened up Staying Alive in Cape Canaveral, because you know what? We don't cure cancer. The machines just put out a frequency and your body does all the curing. We don't do anything except we have machines that provide energy, an energy field. Your body knows what to do. Now, to me, that's exciting. Putting the cancer industry out of business. Shit, what a concept. And I believe, because we got a marketing team coming that I believe they have the goods. We have 2 marketing teams, actually. One's already in play as of January 5th. The other one should be in play by January 10th. And I believe we have broken the Da Vinci Code. And I do believe that staying alive in Cape Canaveral, the day will come very soon where you're going to go to the website and say, sorry, we're not taking on any new customers. As a matter of fact, you might see another message there that says we're looking for a bigger location, or maybe I'll buy the building I'm in and expand to the middle of the top, which is about 12,500 square feet, and really kick some ass. Because if they could fill up by 2,500 square foot, based on the marketing these guys know how to do, and there's, a situation where we cannot accept new customers, well, then they should be able to fill up a 12,500 square foot room. What's the difference? Not much. So that's exciting. Let's figure out a way to clean the air. That's exciting. Instead of smoking cigars and polluting the air, let's figure out a way where we can, enlighten new inventors to invent shit, because they don't want to release the shit in Wright-Patterson and S4 and Dulce, so that we can make the planet what we envision it to be. That's exciting. Going to restaurants and drinking champagne and somebody giving you a bottle show and you got, 5 beautiful women around you, it's a false sense of reality. This is like fucking high school on steroids. Okay, great. A bunch of rich kids who have a lot of money who still are stuck in the 3-dimensional world. That's what these guys are. Andrew Tate is stuck in the 3-dimensional world. Andrew Tate does not think in terms of Mel Carmine. Andrew Tate and I don't know if he would hit it off. He would probably think that I'm a fucking whack job for thinking that there are cars in Wright-Patterson that do Mach 17. Patrick Bet-David knows about it. He's made a short video about that. He said, I want to know what's inside those 6,000 patents. He goes, I'm an entrepreneur. I want to capitalize. I'm a capitalist. I want to capitalize. Now, I think I would get along much better with a Patrick Bet-David than I would with a Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is still in high school, as far as I'm concerned. Nice guy, incredibly intelligent, amazing motivation, amazing discipline, but he can't get out of that 3-dimensional. He's got to go out and seek all the attention every day. He feeds on that for a little bit. And then when he goes home, he's got this empty feeling of nothingness. Nothingness. You know why? Because it's shallow. It makes no fucking sense. Okay, great. You got a bunch of people that know you're a billionaire. You're good looking. You got a bunch of good looking women around you. You got your champagne. You got your Bugatti. You got your cigars. You got your diamond chain. So fucking what? Who gives a shit? You see, maybe he'll start thinking different in the future, because he basically came out and said, hey, there's got to be more to life than this bullshit. But he's not allowed to leave the rock, just like the rest of us turkeys. Maybe for a little bit in his private jet at 42,000 feet. But then he's got to land again, and he's back on the rock, just like a bunch of turkeys, just like all of us. He might live in a bigger house, he might have a bunch of houses, still ain't happy. You know what makes me happy? I wish that my family was still together. I wish my family we were close right before these women came into our lives. These 2 women that came into my brother's lives who separated the entire family. I wish I had the relationship with my brothers that I had prior to those women coming into our families. I wish my brothers had fucking cojones to put their wives in their fucking place so that we could fucking go on. A man's got to know his place, and he's got to know how to put his woman in place when she's out of line. I'm not a male chauvinist, but shit, if you knew my story, maybe one day I'll do a podcast about that. I'll air all my fucking dirty laundry, and I got plenty of it. I got about 17 baskets full. Well, guys, Happy New Year. You just have to hear me rant because I had to do it this morning. When I saw that video of Andrew Tate this morning, it just prompted me to fucking go ballistic on his ass. Not because I don't like him. It's because I want these fucking billionaires to snap out of their fucking 3-dimensional thinking. You understand? Anyway, guys, be safe out there. Happy 2026. This is the year of the wealth transfer. It started with silver, and I believe it's going to end with the ISO tokens. XRP, XLM, XDC, Velo. Get yourself some Velo. I got a video coming out on Velo that is going to absolutely leave all of you flabbergasted. And when you see how the dots connect, you'll be tripping over your shoelaces to go buy some Velo. It's as cheap as when we were buying XRP 10 years ago. You could buy Velo today. And Velo, I think, is going to be a huge fucking deal. And so is Stronghold. And these tokens are dust. They're like, you could buy them for like nothing. You'd be crazy not to. Anyway, Andrew Tate, if you're out there, if you ever get this fucking message, because I'm going to turn this into a podcast somehow, some way, I'm going to reach my editor and see if he wants to slap it together. Hopefully he does. And I'm going to put your video in there, and I'm going to put my response to your video in there and let the people react. And hopefully they'll react to where we can break the fucking algorithms, the censorship algorithms, and this video somehow, some way finds its way over to you. And you're right. People who have $2-3 million are still broke. I know. I'm in that category, but not for long. I'll be catching up to you and most likely even passing you up. But I'm not here for a fucking penis contest. I'm here to tell you that, look, there's people that are richer than you, right? And you feel like, oh my God, I'm a welfare case compared to Jeff Bezos. But it's not about all the money, man. There's so much more to life than money. Snap out of it, dude. Before I let you go, let me clarify what I mean by high school. These are a bunch of kids that still have not grown up out of their high school mentality. Because in high school, I remember the guys that used to fucking have the money, who used to have enough money to build a GTO or a Barracuda or a Corvette and soup it up and put the big freaking mag tires on and all that shit. Those were the guys that were getting laid. And this guy, I'm telling you, the reason why they have the Bugattis is because they're still stuck in fucking high school. You think I'm joking? I'm not. I mean, listen, it gets boring after a while. A guy like Andrew Tate should want to find his soulmate and have 20 kids with his soulmate, not 20 kids with 20 wives or 20 girlfriends or whatever. That's just crazy to me. That's just like, you're like inviting chaos, and as far as I'm concerned, into your life. Because you got 20 women that you've had sex with and had babies with that all hate each other. Imagine having a freaking Christmas party with that going on. Well, I'll just leave it at that for whatever it's worth. There's my last 2 cents, I promise. Andrew Tate, you're a fucking cool guy, but please snap out of it. There's something called the fourth dimension. There's something called the fifth dimension. We got bigger fish to fry than hanging out at fucking restaurants with supermodels popping champagne bottles. You understand?